Picture this: Rome, the year 897. A courtroom flickering with candlelight. At the center, a corpse dressed in papal robes, dead for 9 months, yet now on trial. This grotesque spectacle would be called the Cadaver Synod. To understand this nightmare, we must step back. Europe was fractured. Rome was unstable. The papacy was a prize in a deadly power game. Formosus had been pope from 891 to 896. Brilliant, ambitious, but also deeply controversial. He supported one faction of nobles, then switched sides. His enemies saw him as a traitor. And his very election as pope was challenged. Yet despite this, Formosus ruled for 5 turbulent years, until his death in April 896. Normally, death ends rivalries, but not this time. His successor was Pope Stephen VI. Stephen hated Formosus with a burning obsession. Why? Because Formosus had supported Stephen's enemies, and rumors said Formosus never had the right to be pope. Stephen's reign was insecure, fragile. To strengthen himself, he needed to destroy Formosus's memory, not just politically, but symbolically. So Stephen ordered the unthinkable. Formosus's body was exhumed from the tomb, rotting flesh, bones half crumbling, yet dressed again in papal robes, crown placed on his decayed skull, and seated on a throne in the Lateran Basilica. Cardinals gathered trembling, an audience of clergy forced to watch. The defendant was the corpse itself. The charges: perjury, betrayal, ambition, crimes against the Holy Church. Of course, the corpse could not speak. A terrified deacon was forced to defend Formosus. He spoke for the corpse, moving its stiff hand. The sight was grotesque, almost satanic. A puppet of the dead on trial before Rome. Pope Stephen roared his accusations, spittle flying, eyes burning with madness. He screamed that Formosus was never pope at all. Every act he performed was invalid. Every priest he ordained stripped of office. Every marriage he blessed annulled. Chaos threatened to unravel the entire church. The verdict was preordained: guilty. The corpse was stripped of its sacred robes, fingers used for blessings cut off one by one. The crowd recoiled in horror. Even the most loyal clerics shuddered. Still, Stephen demanded more. The corpse was dragged from the throne, hauled through the streets of Rome, mocked, spat upon, desecrated. Finally, it was dumped into the Tiber River, Rome's holy river, now polluted with papal decay. But soon, strange tales emerged. Monks claimed the corpse washed ashore, that its body glowed with unholy light. Miracles were whispered where the corpse touched the earth. To many, Formosus had become a martyr, and Stephen a tyrant possessed. Outrage boiled across Rome. Citizens demanded vengeance. Within months, Pope Stephen was overthrown. imprisoned in a dark cell, and strangled to death by his guards. His reign ended as grotesquely as it began. Later popes tried to undo the scandal. Formosus's body was recovered and reburied in honor. His acts as pope reinstated. The Cadaver Synod declared null and void. But the damage was already done. Rome had witnessed the corruption of faith itself. A pope so paranoid he punished even the dead. The story spread across Europe. Historians called it one of the darkest moments of the papacy. The memory was so disturbing, the Church tried to erase it from history. But some things cannot be erased. Imagine it once more. A corpse robed in splendor, sitting on trial. Priests trembling. A mad pope screaming accusations at the dead. Fingers severed. A body hurled into the river, and a city left haunted by the spectacle. The Cadaver Synod remains a chilling reminder that absolute power can corrupt not only the living, but even the silence of the grave. If this story unsettled you, subscribe for more dark tales buried in history.